the assailant, the actual person behind the trigger, is actually, his name is actually Thomas Matthew Crooks. Now, there's been another name that's been floating around like crazy, guys. People have been talking like crazy about another dude. People are saying this other dude's name and pulling up videos of him, and it looks nothing like this guy. Okay? This is Thomas Matthew Crooks, not the other guy. I think his name is like Mark something. I forgot. It doesn't matter because that's not who's being identified as the actual assailant. His name has now been out here by the press. The press, at least New York Post, has leaked the name Thomas Matthew Crooks. He is 20 years old. Okay? So let's take a look at this article here really quick. Like I just showed you guys, this is his face. A side of his face, at least. Okay? Love to see the rest of his face, to be really honest. Now, I had a theory. The reason why I had the theory on like maybe they're not willing to put the name out was, one, they don't want to incite anything. Maybe they're trying to notify family. I don't know if they do that, like trying to respect the assailant, the monster who just caused all this anarchy. I don't know, right? But I am kind of curious about that. But then the other part of it was that I kept thinking that maybe his face is blown off. I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds a little bit, but I keep thinking that maybe they it was a headshot and they want to make sure they really got the guy. So they want to make sure things are confirmed. And of course, they want to find out more information. The other part I was thinking too is maybe the reason why they don't want to put the name out here is because if there are other people that are involved that could possibly be connected to this plan, what if he didn't work alone? Maybe if there were more people involved, they don't want people running for the hills, right? And trying to cover things up. Maybe that's what it was too. I don't know. I'm just asking the questions really, really quick. This presser so far is a big nothing burger, in my personal opinion, but I understand the necessity of being transparent, getting out there, getting on the microphone and letting people know, okay, everyone can calm down now. The monster is down. There is no threats. There is no lingering threats out there to be worried about. There are no monsters running around. You don't have to worry about all those things. And that's kind of what I'm thinking is the reason why they did this presser, just to calm the people down a little bit, because there has been a lot of concern on what the heck actually happened here and why did this happen and all that stuff, right? And did he work alone? Allegedly, they claim that this assailant pulled the trigger 8 times. 8 times, guys. This is what they're saying. One person, this 20-year-old, allegedly Thomas Matthew Crooks, pulled the trigger 8 times. Okay? Which obviously now we're understanding that 2 victims are critically injured, and we have 1 person that lost their life. So there's 3 people in general that were physically injured by this man, this young monster, climbing a building, getting on top of a roof, and taking aim at former President Trump. Okay? So let's take a look at this, okay? Again, he has been ID'd as the person who pulled the trigger on Trump at the rally, and of course, taking the life of 1 and injuring 2 so far, or at least that's what we know right now. All right. The gunman who attempted to take the life of former President Donald Trump Saturday was identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, sources told the Post. Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, squeezed off shots, one of which grazed Trump's ear at an outdoor rally in Butler. All right, just before or just outside of Pittsburgh. Sources said Crooks was planted on a roof of a manufacturing plant more than 130 yards away from the stage at the Butler Farm Show grounds. There he is. He was wearing shorts. In the video that I saw, it looked like he was like in full, like just kind of like mute colored pants and a shirt, but he was wearing shorts, y'all, which is really really wild. Okay, so they say he was unalived by the Secret Service snipers. An AR style rifle was later discovered. All right, Bethel Park is a village 40 miles south of where the Butler rally was held. Why Crooks fired on the presumptive Republican presidential nominee is unclear. It is still an ongoing investigation. They are still doing their due diligence, I'm sure, and still trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Why he did this. What was the motive? What was the reason why he did what he allegedly did here? It is really, really crazy nonetheless, okay? But they are saying that this is the man. But this is interesting, though. We just listened to that press conference, which I thought was not so great, very lackluster, but I get the just being out here and showing transparency. But it's just interesting, like the fact that we have this information this quickly. If we already have it out, they might as well just say it and call it a doggone day. Okay? They might as well just say it and make it and just call it a damn day. That's just my personal opinion. But from what we're understanding right now, this is the man that climbed that building, got on top of that roof, and took aim at the former president, which is wild. Absolutely wild. All I know is that this kid climbed this building, got up there, and took aim. And what I want to know, okay, because it's beyond just political. It's beyond that. Okay. Now it's a matter of finding out why this happened. Why was it allowed to happen? What preventative measures were ignored that allowed this to happen? Because no matter what side of the political spectrum you live on, something like this could have happened to someone on the left or someone on the right. It doesn't matter. And that's the terrifying part of it, period. That should be the wake-up call for all of us, that there was an eyewitness that saw this young man climbing the building, getting on top. They warned police, and police didn't do anything about it. That's a big, big problem, especially when you have somebody who is, running for president, and they just allowed this to happen. That's a huge problem. These preventative measures were not exacted at all, and that is a huge problem. And like I said, it should worry Biden, and it should definitely worry Trump even more, because he just got lucky, guys. He got very, very lucky. Let me show you. This is interesting too, because they have, people are just like sleuthy as hell. They're able to find stuff so fast. But this is allegedly him when he was graduating a couple years back. Let me blow this up for you guys. This is allegedly him. In fact, we have the video of him graduating. Hold on. Here's a clip of him graduating. Here he comes. And that's all he wrote. But this is the assailant. Now it's a matter of trying to figure out why he did what he did. Why did this kid, 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, why did he do what he did? And did he do it alone? And I'm hoping that law enforcement's going through his online, his phone, his digital fingerprint, because I'm sure he has one, and I'm sure it is a lengthy one. I'm sure he's been online talking to in forums and stuff like that. Maybe there was foreshadowing. Maybe he gave out a warning. Maybe he said something like, "Hey, I am going to do this thing, on this day." Maybe he did say that. I don't know. Maybe he felt that, I don't know. Maybe because of the debate that just recently happened and Biden was looking pretty bad. Let's keep it a buck, okay? I mean, it was an embarrassment for the whole thing, but other than that, it was really bad for Biden. So maybe he felt like he needed to take matters into his own hands. I don't know. Right? Anything's possible. But this young man here, who is also this young man right here that I showed you earlier, decided to climb a manufacturing building outside the perimeter of the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, took this AR-15 and pulled the trigger 8 times. And now this assailant is no longer here. Very interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting stuff indeed. Now, we saw the press conference. And of course, I say, what say you? What are your thoughts on that press conference? To me, it felt a little lackluster. But I do understand that they don't have everything yet. This whole thing just happened. It's kind of a kerfuffle right now. It's a complete cluster F over there, I'm sure. And they're trying to piece everything together as much as they can. I don't know if they're trying to withhold information, especially about this particular assailant or not. I don't know. All I know is that this young man did what he did. Why he did it, we got to find out why here very soon. And I'm hoping that law enforcement gets in front of this before people go off on their crazy conspiracy theories, wearing their tinfoil hats and coming up with stuff that has nothing to do with why this kid did what he did. One thing I'm very concerned about is, one, did he write something? Did he leave something behind? Did he say, did he have a manifesto? Did he leave something behind on reasons why he did what he did? Hopefully we'll find that out soon, before the rumors start coming out and the conspiracy theories start running amok.
P-A-S-C-A-L, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.